Hello guys! Ang topic natin ngayon ay tungkol sa triangle congruence. Pag-usapan muna natin ang tungkol sa correspondence and congruence. Correspondence simply means pairing and matching. In geometry, we can do pairing to some figures. Let us consider triangle CAT and triangle DOG. We can pair C to D, A to O, and T to G. We will mean the same thing if we will say C corresponds to D, or in symbol, we have this one, the symbol for correspondence. A corresponds to O, and T corresponds to G. We can say now that triangle CAT corresponds to triangle DOG. In symbol, we have triangle CAT corresponds to triangle DOG using the symbol for correspondence. Aside dito sa correspondence na triangle CAT corresponds to triangle DOG, meron pa tayong ibang pwedeng gamitin na correspondence sa triangles na given. Triangle ATC corresponds to triangle OGD. Another one, triangle TCA corresponds to triangle GDO. Tingnan niyo mabuti, kung isang letter ako nagsimula, yung corresponding letter niya, yun din yung simula dun sa isa pang triangle. Another one, triangle CTA corresponds to triangle DGO. Triangle ACP and triangle ODG. And triangle TAC and triangle GOD. Ang kailangan nyo lang tandaan sa paglalagay ng pangalan ng triangle, kung nauna si letter A, ang corresponding letter niya ay si O, dapat O ang mauuna na letter. Kung sinunod ko si letter T, dapat ang kasunod niya ay letter G. At huli si letter C, so ang huli ay letter D. At ganun din ang ginawa sa mga sumunod na triangle. Titingnan nyo lang kung ano yung mga corresponding letters ng bawat isa. At dahil may exact na pairing, ito ay tinatawag din na one-to-one correspondence. Each correspondence identifies 3 pairs of corresponding angles and 3 pairs of corresponding sides. Let us consider triangle CAT corresponds to triangle DOG. Isa-isahin natin ang mga corresponding angles. Angle C corresponds to angle D. Angle A corresponds to angle O. And angle T corresponds to angle G. Ngayon naman, isa-isahin natin ang corresponding sides. Segment CA corresponds to segment DO. Segment AT corresponds to segment OG. Segment TC corresponds to segment GD. Two figures that are exactly the same shape and size are said to be congruent. Two triangles are congruent, so ang dalawang triangle daw ay congruent or equal if and only if their vertices can be paired so that corresponding sides are congruent and corresponding angles are congruent. Let us consider the same figure, triangle CAT and triangle DOG. Kanina, sinabi natin na triangle CAT corresponds to triangle DOG. At kapag ang mga corresponding angles ay congruent, katulad ng angle C is congruent to angle D, angle A is congruent to angle O, and angle T is congruent to angle G, tingnan niyo po ang mga markings. Kung anong markings ang magkaparehas, ibig sabihin sila ang magkaparehas ng sukat. At kapag ang mga corresponding sides are congruent, katulad ng segment CA is congruent to segment BO, segment AT is congruent to segment OG, and segment TC is congruent to segment GD. Tingnan nyo mabuti ang mga markings. Lahat ng may parehas na markings, ibig sabihin sila ang may magkaparehas na sukat. At kapag nasunod, lahat ng corresponding angles and sides are congruent, we can now say that triangle CAT is congruent to triangle DOG. Gagamitin na natin ang symbol for congruence. This is the symbol for congruence. Let's try this. Given, triangle CAT is congruent to triangle DOG. Angle C is equals to 65 degrees. Angle G is equal to 48 degrees. Segment TC is equals to 15 and segment DO is equals to 10. Let us answer the following questions. Number 1, find the measure of segment CA. What is the answer? Yes, you are correct. Segment CA is equals to 10. Bakit siya naging 10? Remember, segment CA is congruent to segment DO. At kung ano ang sukat ni segment DO, yun din ang sukat ni segment CA. Therefore, segment CA is equals to 10. Number 2, find the measure of segment DG. What is the answer? Yes, you are correct. Segment DG is equals to 15. Why? Kanina sinabi natin that segment CT is congruent to segment DG. At kung ano ang measure ni segment CT, yun din ang measure ni segment DG. Therefore, segment DG is equals to 15. Number 3, find the measure of angle D. What is the answer? You are correct. Angle D is equals to 65 degrees. Ano ba ang corresponding angle ni angle D? Yes, tama, si angle C. At angle C is congruent to angle D. Therefore, kung anong sukat ni angle C, yun din ang sukat ni angle D, which is equal to 65 degrees. Number 4, find the measure of angle T. What is the answer? Yes, you are correct. angle T is equals to 48 degrees. Why? Ano ang corresponding angle ni angle T? Yes, angle G. And angle P is congruent to angle G. Therefore, kung ano ang measure ni angle G, yun din ang measure ni angle P, which is equal to 48 degrees. Number 5. Find the measure of angle A. Corresponding angle ni angle A is si angle O, pero wala silang parehas na sukat. So, paano ang gagawin natin? Let us consider this statement. The sum of all the angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Ang sum daw ng angles ng isang triangle ay equal sa 180 degrees. So, ang ibig sabihin, para makuha natin ang measure ni angle A, ima-minus natin sa 180 degrees ang sum ng measures ni angle C at ni angle T. Now, substitute the measure of angle C and angle T. And then add these two, 65 degrees plus 48 degrees equals to 113 degrees. And 180 minus 113 is equals to 67. Therefore, angle A is equals to 67 degrees. Number 6. Find the measure of angle O. What is the answer? Yes, you are correct. Angle O is equal to 67 degrees. Remember, angle A corresponds to angle O, and angle A is congruent to angle O, therefore, angle O is also 67 degrees. Number 7. If the perimeter of triangle CAT is 37, find segment 80. Solution and answer. Ano nga ba ang perimeter? Perimeter is the sum of the lengths of all sides of a polygon. Pag pinag-add natin ang lahat ng mga sides ng isang polygon katulad nito, triangle, yun na daw ang perimeter. Perimeter of triangle CAT is equals to segment CT plus the measure of segment CA plus the measure of segment AT. Meron na tayong given na perimeter which is 37. Substitute na lang natin. Meron na rin tayong measure ni segment CT which is 15. May measure na rin tayo ni segment CA which is 10. Ang wala na lang tayong measure ay si segment AT since yun ang hinahanap. Simplify. Copy 37. Then equals 15 plus 10 is equals to 25 plus 80. And segment 80 now is equals to 12. So, ima-minus lang natin yung 37 and 25, so we have 12. Therefore, segment 80 is equals to 12. And that's all. Thank you for listening.